think as we enter the new normal, my first number one would be visibility. And what I mean by that is, you've really got to inject energy into where you are on social media, through digital, everything you're doing, okay? Because the more energy you put into your socials, the more you're going to build your personal brand, the more you're going to be seen by people. Like, you can live rent-free in people's news feeds, and that's where you want to be all the time, in people's news feeds, consistently, high-value content, giving away brilliant information, because that in itself will work wonders for your business. But I want to know 5 tips from you, Steve.
So I think let's give some training.
Yeah.
Let's think about training for people, because to do it right, to enjoy it, it's something that we're all going to have to get used to.
Yeah.
So I think it's sort of a tech tip, but actually we've all got to be technically more savvy.
Yeah.
In terms of what we're doing.
Look, above all else, genuinely listen. For goodness sake, get listening to the marketplace, to your individuals, to your customers. Have better quality conversations. Don't be afraid to do that. And 90-day plan or 60-day plan, and talk about it. Steve, there's my 3. Come on then, what's your 3?
Okay, put me on the spot there then, PJ. I would say, to play to some of the listening and engaging staff, I would say is to really think about the collaboration that you have with your team. What tools have they got to collaborate? Can they do that listening and talking between those teams in an efficient way? Because if it's difficult to do something, but they will also back away from doing that. So give people the right tools.
Seize the opportunity. Really, really important. There's some good opportunities out there at the moment for the right people, and use a good advisor. Really, really important. And I know I'm perhaps marketing myself, but advice is really, really important. You can do these things, you can do them yourself at risk, but take some advice. Talk to someone. It doesn't cost anything to have a conversation. So you've asked me my top 3. What's your top 3 tips?
The first thing I would say is stay safe. Okay. Lots of things going on online, and obviously, banking, we all understand that type of thing. But when we're doing stuff from an online perspective, and actually when we're starting to talk to people financially over a chat, okay, be aware that there are bad actors, as they call them, out there that can actually get involved.
The other tip I would suggest is to also, from a seller's standpoint, is to instruct an estate agent that is going to manage the whole process for you. So I know there's online agents and so on, but they are very much there to list a property and provide a listing service.
Amber bricks or something they're called, aren't they?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
something along those lines.
Yeah.
And you need an agent that's going to manage that process from the starting point of presenting it perfectly, right the way through to the finish, and liaising with solicitors and just taking the stress away as much as possible, really, so that you get to the line of exchange and completion, and it's what everyone's after, basically. So Steve, give me your top 3 tips.
Okay, well, make sure your staff understand what they need to do. We've all been forced into this brave new world of being in front of a screen. Some people hate that, some people love that. Make sure that the technology that they've got and give them the training and the time to adapt to be able to do what they did before, now in front of a screen virtually. Give them as many tools as you possibly can. I think that makes for a better workforce, and I think that also it becomes more efficient in terms of what the workforce is doing. So, a couple of quick fire questions for you.
Ugh, that's a scary one.
Yeah. So, quite controversial.
Oh.
Furlough, good or bad?
I think that's been a really fantastic idea, because it was a quick way out of a very difficult situation, and there were a lot of people who I know a lot of people fell through the net. I've spoken to loads of those people, one of which was myself, and I think that moving forward with like the bounce back loan, which is certainly something that I've been looking for, I'm thinking, but do I actually need it?
Yep.
No. I don't.
Yep.
I don't need it because it would be, to do something else with or invest in something else. Yes, okay, it's there if you need it, but as I say, I think directors have got a responsibility, in their businesses to really make sure that they're borrowing money for the right reasons.